Do you know how many views we have right now?
66. I looked just a minute ago.
69.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I hope I'm recording because 69 views.
Take it down so it can't change.
So I have a question for you. What's the square root of 69?
13.
8 something.
That's grown, but like also it's not bad.
What was the other one that I heard? It's like, why is 88 better than 69? Because you get 8 twice.
Oh.
I'm a fan.
When last we were with our intrepid adventurers / maybe public enemy number 1, depending on how certain events today go, they had successfully stolen a ship from their mind flayer antagonist, Thaal Vod, and defeated the skeleton crew. I used that last time about them not having bones. That's a good callback.
I'm just saying, he really wasn't our enemy.
Took the Nautilus, the Nautiloid ship, took it across the city of Brawl, and smashed it, tentacle first, into the wall of the dungeon. The plan very swiftly fell apart. Instead of people diving off the side like Wally had suggested and landing in the giant trampoline net of webs, people were cast forward by the impact. Other people decided to tuck and roll. Other people jumped face first into an explosion. But ultimately,
other people didn't jump at all.
Some people didn't jump at all.
But stayed on
I'm
so that they could launch a keg of flaming powder into the side of the dungeon.
Got inside in the end successfully. Briefly interacted with one of the prisoners who gave off kind of a weird vibe, but y'all let him go and he took off. Sort of browbeat / gaslit a guard into leading you to where you needed to go, as you were all dressed in guard uniforms, and in the chaos he didn't think to really doubt you. And were all led to a door where 2 plasmoid guards were preventing access. He led one of them away, and you began to do battle with the one remaining. But in that time, the door also opened, and there you saw the battered and bloodied body of Captain Harcourt himself in chains in this squalid prison cell. And stooping low to get through the shorter doorway, the nightmarish, tentacled, ink-black form of Thaal Vod comes around, his long fingers reaching forward, and said, "Well, I certainly didn't expect to see all of you." And that is where we'll pick up. So roll for initiative, gentlemen.
Oh, crud.
Oh, son of a...
Ooh, wow. Ooh, wow.
That was mediocre.
Not good.
Oh, you just wasted your 20.
Salt,
I know.
Salt, we're counting on you.
Yeah, don't
Bonnie.
count on me. I'm in a terrible fucking position.
You are
Where'd my
not.
combat tracker go? God damn it.
You're fine.
Listen, it would be really cool to TPK on our second episode, and I really don't know what we do after that.
We would call ourselves 49 feet of rope.
49 feet of rope, and we'll start a new one. Who's DMing the next one once we all die?
Oh, I got options.
All right, Lindsey has it.
All right, Julien, we ready?
Yes, we are. Salt, you are standing at the door and you watch as it creaks open. And the first thing that you see is Harcourt chained to the ground, battered and bloody, one eye a just red mess. And he looks up at you with kind of a blank expression. And just at that moment is when Thaal Vod steps around him and Thaal Vod, steps around him and blocks the doorway and stoops down to be eye level with you. His tentacles wiggling in your face.
Whoa. Stoops down to be eye level with us. How tall is this jabroni?
Mind flayers are really tall.
Like, how tall is really tall? We're
I think
talking
they start
8
at
feet,
7.
12 feet?
No, not 12.
Okay.
That's a great question. I really like that you're asking it. Apparently, never mind. I thought they were way taller from art that they do, but they're like 6'2" and kind of like thin build. So yeah, actually, he doesn't stoop down. He actually looks up at Salt because Salt is significantly taller than him.
No, you could straight make him a giant fucking BBEG because we know he's the BBEG.
Well, I mean, let me be real. If you ask about humans, like, you know, if someone's like, how tall are humans on average? You'd be like
5'9".
5'9". Right. But like, I know plenty of
tell
humans
everybody.
that are 6'6". Like,
That's the other thing I tell. Okay. I will use the disengage action because fuck everything and everybody. 5, 10, 15, 20. And I will. Julien, may I switch to my pistol as a bonus action?
What were you holding in your hand before? Your rapier?
Yes.
Are you dropping it?
I would not like to, but I can.
Dropping and drawing a weapon are both free actions. So you can certainly drop your rapier and draw your pistol, but then picking it back up again is an action.
But I couldn't like sheath for a bonus action.
If you want to use your whole bonus action for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Kinky. All
Are
right.
they getting
Turn
rid
over.
of that in D&D 1?
I don't know. Every time I look at
honestly don't
D&D
even
1,
wanna
it
play
bothers
D&D 1.
me.
I like D&D 1 bugs me. And all right, can I go on a tangent for a second? It's been
God.
bothering me in my head. And you cut this out, you can cut this whole part out. But like, all right, so they've been talking about D&D 1, right? And like, I'm kind of a weirdo. Like, I like, play the stock market just a little bit, like for funsies. And Hasbro, who owns D&D and Magic the Gathering, basically had an investor conference where they were like, D&D is not monetized enough, and we're going to work on monetizing D&D more and bringing in more dollars from our D&D players. And that just to me says that D&D 1 is going to be a miserable fucking cash grab, and we'll be better off staying with 5e.
Is Wizards of the
do you
Coast
think it'll
publicly
be-
traded?
Do you think
Wizards
it'll
of
be
the
pay
Coast is owned by Hasbro.
Do you think it'll be pay to win?
Wizards of the Coast. Hasbro bought Wizards of the Coast about 10 years ago.
I did not realize that.
And they've basically been running Magic into the ground by trying to wring every fucking dollar they can out of it.
Right,
I'm
with all
also a
the
Magic Gathering
apps
nerd.
and all the other stuff.
Yeah. And so pretty much what they were saying to their investors was like, we're going to do the same thing with D&D and wring every fucking dollar we possibly can out of it.
The joys of capitalism.
January 23rd is when the next open gaming license is supposed to come out, so we'll know then.
right, end of tangent. Sorry, go on. But like that's been on my mind for the last week, and I've been kind of grumpy about it.
Well, unfortunately, Salt, because Josh took all your time with his rant, you took the dodge action and you're done.
Good enough. I'm far enough away, so it shouldn't really make a difference. Oh god, I'm gonna die.
Oh, that's really funny.
Go ahead, Salt. What are you doing?
I'm done. Already
Oh,
passed turn. Yeah.
Huh?
Already passed turn.
Why did you pass your turn? He was joking about you taking the
I was
dodge.
totally joking.
I took the disengage, I moved, and then I sheathed my weapon.
Oh, yeah. Fair. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Yeah, fair
I
enough.
thought that was a bonus action. Oh,
Disengage is only a
disengage is
bonus
an
for
action.
you.
Yeah. I got you.
Disengage
You
is
gotta
a
check
full
some
action
rogue
for
buffers.
everybody else.
Speaking of rogue privilege, Crow, it's your turn.
Oh,
Rogue privilege.
excellent. Well, allow me to target the plasmoid. Crow, pardon me, but I believe I have somewhere else to be, and I'm going to stick my rapier, hopefully, in his face. And let's go to actions. He's going to get this guy,
Eshamish.
and I look at him and say, "Well then."
The rapier just kind of like, you stab it towards his face, and the entire jelly-like section of his head just kind of goes bloop, and moves to form a little divot, and your blade just passes right by and comes back, and it bloop, back.
All right,
into
then I will also be moving, and I will move my 30, 10, 20, 30, and I think actually that's all I can do. Yes, because I can't take the hide action, so that's what I'm going to do. That blows.
All right, then.
And by blows, I mean one part of the 88.
Plasmoid Warrior is going to step out here and is going to make a pseudopod attack on Scraps for cut. There you go. That's a swing and a miss. But then he's going to continue on this way and take another. Whoa, Scraps! Why did you suddenly jump over there? And take another pseudopod attack on Pix instead.
What is this?
Can I get an
nonsense?
attack of opportunity or something since he moved away out of my range?
He didn't actually leave your melee range. And that's a hit on Pix.
Diagonal moves are still in melee range?
As long as you're still base to base, you're still in melee.
What do you mean base to base?
The 9 squares around your square
Are all melee?
all
Mhm.
your 5-foot melee range.
Yeah, the 8 squares. Got it.
And you know what?
8 squares,
He didn't get a hit on Scraps, so he's going to take his last. Does he get 3 for multi-attack? Yeah, he does. All right. He takes his last hit on Scraps, which is a crit.
Crap.
Oh.
What the hell is
Yeah.
it with
He
you and
doesn't
your
do a lot of
crits?
damage
You were
these.
doing the same thing last week.
Boom. And that is his turn. Scraps, what are you doing?
Yikes. How's the Plasmoid Warrior look? I think we
He
put some
looks-
holes in this guy already, didn't we? So to
He looks a
speak.
little banged up. He doesn't look like he's doing too badly. He just doesn't look fresh. He's a little runny in places.
Can you describe
runny
what's
and-
around us in the dungeon, please?
Sure. You are standing at an intersection. There is a large grated fire, like a brazier that has kind of a square cage around it to prevent people from falling into the flames. There are stairs that go up into the hallways to the north and south that raise the elevation only by like 5 feet. There are a number of locked cell doors extending down the length of these north and south hallways. And in the big center corridor, there are a number of red barrels that kind of look stacked off to one side. There's a couple of other nicks and knacks and this and that. And in the room immediately adjacent to you, to your east, is where the Mind Flayer is standing with the battered form of Captain Harcourt. What you see on the map is what is there. Like there are two
Those
barrels
two barrels in front of the Mind Flayer.
that are just kind of there.
Do we have any? Are there any clues as to what's inside of them? Can I make a perception roll to see if I can ascertain their contents. I mean, I see like skulls and crossbones on them. That's suggestive of perhaps they're combustible.
Potentially, if you want to roll perception, go for it.
Yeah, I would love to. Does that cost me anything in terms of movements or actions?
No. I mean, if you were going to go like investigate,
yeah, of course,
delve in. But
this is more like glancing over and see if there's like oil leaking from them, or okay, decent roll there.
You have seen that you can tell that they're not watertight, so this is not something that's like packed with. I'm sorry. Yes, you can see that they are watertight. Like the coopering that has been done on these means that clearly it is done in such a way that it is meant to keep a liquid inside. And you can see that they are sweating a slightly viscous substance.
Okay, so no further clues about their contents, just sweating a viscous substance.
At a glance from a couple feet away and no other investigation, yeah.
All right, I'm going to use. So if I attack this guy, then he would get and then try to move out of range. He would get an attack of opportunity on me, right?
Yes.
Unless I'm staying within that 8-foot square. So
or if you disengage as an action and then move
right.
away.
So I'm going to use the action poison spray. So he must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 2d12 actually of poison damage. Oh fuck! These things are resistant to poison.
It'll still do damage. It'll just be
half?
I
know. It'll be only literally half. Sorry, I'm doing this thing, aren't I? It's so annoying when other people do it, like taking forever with their turn.
We were all thinking it, but nobody wanted to say it.
I know.
It's called planning your turn while someone else is taking their turn.
Yeah. Thank you. Can I move? I'm going to move on the map to right here, as I was doing before. And then I'm going to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew as a second spell level, like at a second slot.
Okay. What line? Where are you casting it?
I need to draw like a line from the Plasmoid Warrior to Thaal Vod. Of course.
Okay. So I'm going to draw a line and you tell me if I'm in the right place. Is it like, how long is it? 30 feet?
It is a 30-foot line, yes.
Okay. If you go through the doorway, you'll be able to hit him like that. And is it 5 foot wide?
It is, yes, 5 feet wide.
You might be hitting. Well, let me just take a look. You can't do rectangles. That's really annoying.
And where is Harcourt standing?
Can you see?
I could when I was standing over there. I can't remember.
Directly behind the Mind Flayer.
So hypothetically, if I stood there and cast the spell, could I get Thaal Vod, the Plasmoid, and Harcourt all in the same band?
If you're standing right where you're standing right now?
Yeah, I just moved myself to right next to the Plasmoid.
Yeah. Yes, I think you can.
Okay, and there's no other units that I'm aware of. I don't know what you were saying before about you could even get something.
No, I was I was not sure if you were going to get Harcourt in that.
Yeah. Okay. Do I need to target them and then roll it?
You do, and then that'll trigger their saves.
Okay, yeah, it's a dex saving throw. So I target them by doing control click on each of them.
Correct.
So right now I'm targeting all three. And now I'll roll the spell.
Yep. Well, that's a fail, and Thaal Vod got a success. And also Harcourt got a success. So go ahead and what is it?
Incredible.
It's half damage?
Each creature must succeed on a dex saving throw or be covered in acid for the spell's duration, or until a creature uses its action to scrape or wash off the acid. When it's covered in acid, it takes 2d4 acid at the start of each turn. It doesn't say there's anything that happens when they fail. Presumably, they jump out of the way, I guess.
On a success, it doesn't do anything to them. So you also, by the way, I believe, accidentally targeted yourself in all of that.
Okay.
So I'm just before you don't roll damage.
And so the one that's covered in acid will take 4d4 damage at the start of each turn.
How did you? There you go. So the only one who failed that you targeted was the Plasmoid Warrior. So go ahead and roll your damage for him, and he will take that at the beginning of each turn until he scrapes it off.
Okay, I'm rolling the damage now.
Oh no, it'll be on his turn. That's right.
Yeah, it's 4d4, and he's the only one that I succeeded in hitting, huh?
Well, you also hit yourself, but I'm not including that because that was clearly a mistake.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Thaal Vod actually, like, you send this, you like uncap one of these vials that you've been concocting with your teeth and fling it across the room, and you actually watch as like shimmering kind of indigo energy an inch or two in front of Thaal Vod's face just like ripples as the acid breaks it and it splatters harmlessly to the floor.
I will then use my bonus action to command the my Golem, my homunculus servant, which now looks a little bit more raven-like. Perhaps there's been, a couple of modifications, some mechanical feathers or brushed metal that shimmers as it flies darkly. I'm commanding my homunculus to, I would like Julien, I don't remember the exact rules if this is possible, to distract and harass the Thaal Vod. I know it can usually take the help action, and like that's one way it does that. But what I'm hoping my homunculus servant will do is that by distracting Thaal Vod, instead of giving the next character to attack Thaal Vod at advantage, which is I think conventionally how that attack works, or that action, I want him to make Thaal Vod's next action at disadvantage.
I don't think that's actually something it can do.
I don't think it is either, Julien.
Yeah, it is not. That is not
imposing disadvantage is usually something that is specifically and very specifically
that's like a specific
ability and will be particularly called out in it.
Yeah. I didn't think that it could do this in the rules. It just seemed like a reasonable thing for the Golem homunculus to be able to do.
I mean, imposing disadvantage is a really powerful thing. That's why it's specifically called out when
you can legitimately have it attack or provide the help action for someone else, and you can also cast your touch range spells through it. But that's pretty much what it can do.
So the Golem is going to I'm going to whisper to it to help Pix. So whatever Pix does next will be an advantage, I believe.
Got it.
Oh, thanks, Scraps. That was really kind of you.
Wally, your turn.
Oh,
you can't see a lot of this yet.
Yeah, I know, but I can hear it, and it sounds like pretty much everything's going to shit already. Oh fuck! Time to save everybody again. Oh, everybody's running my way. Okay, we're retreating. Are we retreating? Why is everyone coming out into this hallway? I was the only one here a minute ago. Oh, shit. All right, fire! And Wally shoots magic missile. Bingo. Bango. Bongo. And okay, shoot and run, guys. I'm pretty sure I don't know if we can win this fight. Oh wait, I might have moved too far. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right, yeah, I whatever, drop back to Wally, strategically falls back to that position, and I'm done. Go.
Well, Thaal Vod steps out into the hallway here.
Oh my.
Sees Pix, sees Scraps, and steeples his fingers in front of him and says, excellent, both of you in one place. My discourse with Captain Harcourt has been most illuminating. Turns to Scraps and just says, had I but known my quarry was this close, I would not have been running all over looking for you, Kelton.
Kelton?
Then turns to Pix and says, but I found an even tastier prize, an entire realm, a whole world with no magic whatsoever, no defenses at all, ripe for the plucking. And all I needed was to find one girl. And you Pix, feel a sudden pressure, a sudden sensation of like something caressing your mind, this feeling of like someone trying to press in and access your thoughts, someone trying to step into it. Almost feels like someone trying to read your diary, and the like brine salt feeling of slick tentacles instead just slides off of your brain, and Thaal Vod goes, more formidable than you appear, but it is no matter. You cannot keep your home safe from me. And that's an action to do so. So that's his turn. Pix.
Pix is like, oh, that was gross. You're like some washed up loser gym teacher. Eat disco. And she casts his hypnotic illusion.
Washed up gym teacher?
We've all had one.
Oh yeah.
Who was a mind flayer?
I mean,
yeah,
you get
all
a
had
little
one.
particular now.
Everyone's had that gym teacher that tried to read their mind.
Sorry, I'm using like a super. Okay, so I got them both targeted. All right, here we go. Bring on the Bee Gees. Here we go. Cast. I don't know who I had targeted.
Did you have targeted?
Are you targeting the?
Yeah.
Are you targeting both of them?
Yeah. You see the plasmoid. The plasmoid actually like has a little kind of pulsing core inside of it that you guys have sometimes been striking against, sort of like the center around which a lot of its goo body forms. And it is this kind of like dull pulsing red. You can see it in the portrait. And all of a sudden that dull pulsing red just kind of goes like whoop, 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 and then starts to like flash green and blue and red and green and blue and spin inside of the plasmoid. And there's just like a rave coming out of the plasmoid skin as beams of light spin around it, and it just kind of like does a kind of floaty plasmoid dance in place. But you watch as those like magical energies head towards Thaal Vod, and it just dismissively brushes its hand, and the magic shatters as it comes closer to it. But this plasmoid is straight up incapacitated.
So,
Nice.
So
quick
was
question.
that roll made at advantage with?
No, because it's a save, so it doesn't provide advantage to Pix.
I was worried about that.
quick question. So, Scraps and I can both leave now without being attacked, right? Being
Correct.
incapacitated. Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action, and I'm going to slap Thoth back with my telekinetic push, like a big ol' slap.
All right. Strength save, yes.
Strength save DC 15.
He is not super beefy though. Oh, but rolled a 19. What was your save again?
15.
Yeah, again, you watch as all of these magical effects are just kind of like shattering off of this kind of purple energy in front of him. Like just his natural psionics are so strong that as these effects come towards him, he just dismisses them.
He's like Darth Vader, just pushing aside your paltry efforts at using the Force.
And Pix is like, wow. You know something? Did anyone ever tell you smell really bad?
Brian, you should be the one playing a Kender, because taunt is actually a thing that they have given the rules, and you seem to be quite fond of it.
Kenders and 16-year-old girls.
I mean, 16-year-old girls are also quite fond of taunting.
Harcourt is restrained and doesn't do anything. And back to the top of the order. Salt of the Starfallen.
Can I make a perception check for those barrels next to Thaal Vod?
Sure.
Perception. Nothing really worthwhile. All right. 5, 10, 15. Move there. I'm going to target the plasmoid.
If you hit him, he's going to come out of the... does he get a save?
He's dazed or whatever?
Yeah, he's watching the Bee Gees.
I believe it automatically knocks him out of the effect, right? Yeah, I think it does.
All right. Oh, no. I have this thing. Okay. Julien.
Yeah.
May I target the scary barrels next to Thaal Vod?
You may go for it.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. And Pix is like, don't shoot the snot.
They have an AC of 15.
Ooh.
Yeah. You guys watch as Salt lines up this shot, and then you see him like center down on Thaal Vod, and then just whoop, slightly to the right, and the bullet is extraordinarily loud in this enclosed space, and it rips through the barrel closest to Thaal Vod, shattering wooden staves and sending a band of iron kind of off into the distance, as a gout and a wave of lamp oil splashes out of it.
Nice.
All across the floor and splattering Thaal Vod as well, and beginning to pool on the floor around him.
I know what my next action is.
Solid ideas and bad ideas, all the same idea.
That was your first
shot, yeah. Because I would love to tell Scraps to light that on fire, but I also know that Harcourt is going to end up looking like Two-Face if we do.
I mean, you won't necessarily have to tell Scraps to do that.
All right, well, I'm going to shoot Thaal Vod. With my second shot, I will shoot Thaal Vod with a... I don't have any fucking grip points. Okay. I will take a sharpshooter shot.
Is the sharpshooter like -5 but plus 10 damage?
Yes. 16 hits?
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? He, as you line up the shot and fire, that purple energy that he's been using to dismiss things, he sees you aiming at him and draws it into a point, and there's suddenly a disc right where you're about to shoot, and the bullet spangs off of it because he cast shield as a reaction.
All right, and as a fucking reaction to his reaction, I'm going to use action surge.
Whoa!
So I get 2 more shots, right? That's how that works.
Yeah. It's first level, so he's down 1 slot.
I can sharpshooter myself again. That's a thing.
Yeah, you can do it for any one of your attacks. So you got 2 more, I guess.
All right, let's try this again, motherfucker. That was a natural 20 -5 plus.
Hit. I mean, yeah, it hits no matter what his current AC is. God damn.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
You shot yourself.
We'll take it.
Don't shoot yourself.
Nice.
You definitely just shot yourself.
Literally. All right, that's the TPK. Salt just shot himself in the foot. And
you all watch as he like lines up the shot on Thaal Vod and then just. Hold on, let me fix that for you.
Yes, please.
You rolled 39 damage.
That's pretty dirty.
What were you at before?
I don't know. I was really fucked up. I think I was at like
you're at 26.
Something like that, yeah.
Actually,
I think it was 27.
You're not unconscious. You're not prone. You know, it's also funny. You stacked sharpshooter.
Did it stack twice?
It might
have. Yeah, it did. It's got D10.
You added plus 20.
Okay, so it should be 19 damage instead of 39. No,
it should be 29 instead of 39.
29 instead of 39. Okay, there was a whole lot of fuck ups going on there.
Like, wow, that's a hit.
All right.
Cool. You shot yourself to death, but it hurt Thaal Vod instead.
Okay, and Jesus. All right, last shot.
He took 29 cringe damage.
29 cringe damage. Fucking hell. Why is everything
how many damage did he actually
super fucking slow? There we go. Thank you. That one probably doesn't actually hit. 18?
No,
18?
That's a miss currently because of his shield still up.
All right. End of turn. I have to reload.
Okay. Now, this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys see as a guard comes around the corner in response to all of the noise. What's going on here?
Help us! This man is an enemy of the prince.
Guard 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Yes, you will be after guard 5.
Sorry, there are 5 guards who just entered?
There are 5 guards on the combat tracker.
They've always been here.
Pick screams, "Oh my god! The squid face crashed his ship into the prison, is trying to release the prisoner."
Yeah! We're trying to stop them, but like he killed a bunch of other guards. Can we roll a group deception roll? I think like a group deception roll is called.
Yeah. When you have like 5 people all shouting the same thing at you, that definitely adds weight to like just one person doing it. Yeah.
I will say you can either choose 2 people to roll separately, or you can have one person roll with advantage. What would you like to do?
My deception is +8. Just letting you guys know.
Then you should roll. Yeah.
Very, very
Brian
deceptive.
All right. Oh, +8 at advantage.
Brian with advantage. Yep.
All right. Here we go.
Nice.
That's when, this is also, by the way, when Adon, the guard that had taken the other plasmoid downstairs, comes back up the stairs as you're yelling this. And he's like, what's going on, guys? Hey, these guys are the ones that I brought in with me. Hey! And yeah, with your really high, these guards come rushing to what they think is the aid of a bunch of other guards.
Nice.
Yes! We did not spend an entire session stealing wet uniforms in vain.
You all have just a little bit of like diaper rash from wearing all these uniforms. No, you let them dry. That's right.
Yes, we did try them out.
Crow, it is your... Well, let me put the tracker back on you. Crow, it is your turn.
His pizza probably arrived.
Adam.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah. What do you think he got? Do you think he went meat or veggie?
Or half and half.
Well, can people weigh in?
Let's all speculate on Adam's pizza
I
preferences.
think that Adam is a bacon pizza kind of guy.
I'm going pepperoni.
No, I'm gonna go with something kind of weird, like prosciutto and broccoli or something.
I'm going to say Italian sausage. He's definitely a carnivore, but
do
he's a little more
pepperoni. Do you think he would do pineapple and ham? Pineapple and pork?
What are people's feelings on pineapple on pizza?
I'm pro. It's good.
I don't like it, but I respect that other people can have it.
I will allow pineapple on pizza once a decade.
I love it.
Pineapple and jalapeno on a pizza.
Ooh.
Okay, that's better.
I'd try a slice. I wouldn't order it, but if someone else ordered it, I would try a slice.
I would rather do chicken and jalapeno with pineapple slices on the side.
That's interesting.
All right. Pineapple rings with tomato sauce and cheese melted on top of it.
No.
That's
just no.
That's just get the fuck out of here.
2 fried chicken patties on the top and the bottom as a double down version.
Get the fuck out of here. Stop. You're not allowed in any kitchen within 100 miles of me.
Hey, Adam, what kind of pizza did you get?
Sausage and pepperoni. Sorry, just
who had Italian sausage?
Julien had Italian sausage.
I had pepperoni.
So Brian, joint victory. I don't know.
All right, Adam. So here's where you're at. If you can see my screen.
Yep, I got it.
The plasmoid warrior is still dazed. And Thaal Vod just took some lead to the dome.
I know he did.
The plasmoid warrior is also covered in poison right now.
Thaal Vod is covered in oil.
And we have a bunch of guards running to our rescue who we deceived into.
I was there for all of that.
Good.
We have solid opportunities to make calamari right now.
Yeah, we do. I am going to. You're gonna have to. Sorry, Julien. You're gonna have to give my control to somebody so I can do this.
Yeah, whoever wants to take on Crow, I've already.
I think I've got it.
His abilities.
Yeah, I can do it again.
So I would like to actually, since the plasmoid is dazed, and I can see that, I'm going to come around the corner. I'm going to come up to the plasmoid.
I think he's actually in. Oh, is he dazed or is he? I thought was.
He's incapacitated.
Okay.
Dazed is not actually a fucking word.
Yeah.
So incapacitated, I can see that that's not a problem. And I'm going to take a step to the north, and I want to stick that Olithid right in the face. So that's 15 feet of movement and a stick. So I will roll to attack him, although I can't do it in. You can do it for me if you want, Lindsey. I have no problem with that.
This
is, however, one of the only edge cases where you don't get sneak attack, and I do take pleasure in telling you this. I take deep, visceral pleasure in informing you that this time you do not get sneak attack.
It's true.
Yes, I do, because get the original sneak attack.
You don't actually, because you are within 5 feet of an enemy. No one is engaged with Thaal Vod. You don't have advantage, and you're hidden.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
No,
Finally.
you do not get to take back your move and take an extra 10 minutes for your turn, Adam.
I'm not going to take 10 minutes.
Swashbuckler, you're getting sneak attack every which way. If they're alone, if they're not alone, if you're alone, if you're not alone, you always get the sneak attack, but not this time.
I could have figured out a better way to do that. Fine.
Okay, so then I guess I shouldn't inform
Figure out a better way.
Shoes are probably covered in oil.
Oh, yeah. By the way, as you rushed up to attack him, you stepped into a huge amount of fairly viscous lamp oil that is kind of just pooling and spreading on the floor right there.
The good news is you rolled fucking 26 to hit.
That's a delightful strike. Go ahead and do your damage.
That didn't show up, did it?
I see an 11.
Yeah, he took some damage.
Okay. All right. Nice. Do you have double attack or anything?
No, I do not, but I can disengage and move.
Okay, so you disengage and then move back
15 feet.
Like probably here-ish, maybe?
That's 20, so one less.
That's right there.
I would go to the wall.
To the wall. To the wall. To the
windows.
Wall.
To the wall.
Till you all take strikes on Thaal.
Oh,
Julien, you stink,
mother trucker.
All right. The Plasmoid Warrior is incapacitated, but I believe is it at the top of his turn, Chris, that he takes damage from your acid strike?
That's right, the beginning of his turn.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage for it.
Okay. I'm going to be rolling 4d4.
4d4. Oh, I wish you had rolled it as the spell, but that's okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's such an impressive roll.
It's halved to 3, because we roll up all the time, right?
And it's halved. Wow.
So he takes...
Amazing. They're resistant to poison and acid.
That's true. So he takes 3 damage. And is no longer incapacitated.
So, but he's still poisoned unless he's taking his turn as an action to wipe it off.
Is he poisoned?
Sorry, he does not have the poison condition, but he is still covered in acid and will continue taking acid for it unless he spends his action to wipe it off.
Right. Even if he spends his action to wipe it off, he still takes the acid damage at the beginning of this turn.
Yes, so that's already done.
To wipe it off to not take it next.
That's already done, and now he's going to make attacks. And what he's going to do...
Does he have the poison condition?
He does not have
the
poison.
It's not poison. It's acid. It's just melting his fucking face off.
Yeah, he's just going to take his action to get the acid off, because that is actually a problem for him with his HP right now. So that's his action. He scrapes off all of the poison, and we move on to Scraps. It's your turn.
All right. I am going to throw a little ball of fire from my hand out toward Thaal Vod.
Are you attacking him directly?
So here's my goal here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to hit him with the fireball, but
don't do that.
But I might not. I might miss, and if I do miss, I want it to definitely ignite the lamp oil.
Well, he's also coated in oil.
Yeah. So if it hits him, it'll ignite him, and that's great, right? But if it misses him, like, is there oil behind him that it will, like, what if I throw this firebolt and it misses? Will it still ignite the oil?
You'll have to see what happens. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Then here's what I'm going to do. There's oil like pooled around his feet and behind him. Julien?
Yes. I mean, yes.
Is that right? Okay.
Correct.
So I'm going to aim for his legs. That way, if I miss, it'll presumably land in the oil that's directly behind him.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
This is
That is a hit. Roll your damage. That's some good damage.
And I'll yell at him as I'm doing this. You dare disturb the prince's peace? You dare?
So we're going to put this centered on where
this prison,
barrel
the prince's prison, your ship caused untold damage to the prince's property. You released the prince's prisoners. How dare you?
Okay, or the end of its turn in the area.
That door closed? Hey, Chris, is that door closed?
What door?
The one next to Thaal Vod?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, fuck.
Why? Oh, because Harcourt?
There. Okay. Cool. All right.
Lindsey, we're just destroying the evidence.
Why is this... What is this 20-foot circle that somebody's drew?
I'm about to cast Fireball on my turn, and I'm trying to be efficient about things, okay?
Wait, you can do that? You guys can Fireball?
5th level, baby!
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Why? Oh, advantage on saving throws against spell. Okay, cool. That is your turn. All right, you're yelling all this propaganda. You've caused a big, conflagration. All of this oil has lit. It is burning merrily. You do hear a scream from inside the holding cell that Thaal Vod is standing next to.
Scraps! You lit Harcourt on fire!
That's Wally's turn.
I thought the door to that holding cell was closed. It says closed on my... Oh, no, it says open.
It's very
whatever.
open.
I really don't care. Fuck Harcourt. Wally doesn't...
I'm going to... Seeing that Wally is preparing this big spell, because you're probably starting to wiggle your fingers. And
totally.
Am I feeling anything from the mushroom yet, Julien? Like, would I experience this sort of like preliminary summary of
we're getting there. You ate it like just before you went in the hole. Don't worry about it. It's in the back of my mind.
All right,
Chris, can you have your little guy close that door?
Not now.
Oh,
I'm not 100% that I have the question to ask Julien before I actually cast Fireball. So,
God, we are going. Oh God! All right.
It's the worst rescue.
Wait, this was a rescue?
This was the entire reason we were here was to get Harcourt.
Lot of things going on here, guys.
All right,
what's going on, Wally? TikTok.
Go get him, Wally.
Listen, TikTok. Look, I drew a circle. I moved it around as best as I could. Does this circle hit Plasmoid 1 without hitting Scraps?
Just by the skin of his teeth.
Okay. Excellent. Then fucking Fireball. Oh, boy. All right.
May we take a moment to mark the first Fireball of the campaign?
The first Fireball of the campaign.
Oh, it's a great moment.
Fireball.
All right. Target people and have them roll their saves.
Yep. As Uncle Trap Springer always said, kill it with fire.
Let's see. Plasmoid.
The Plasmoid Warrior failed.
Thaal
Vod succeeded. And now we're going to do damage.
Oh my God.
And,
That's it?
That was fucking lame. 19 damage out of 8 D6s.
That's pretty impressive how low you rolled.
I'm fucking disappointed in Wally right now. That was I've been studying this for a while, and that was a lot less impressive than I was led to believe that it would be.
Harcourt also takes 18 damage
and dies,
which puts him at 42.
Oh, beast, apparently.
Actually, wait, hold on a second. Let me just
42 out of 42.
Yeah, so you just hear this like heavy. All of you watch as Wally is he's got this kind of like almost like a
So Wally
like
takes
fling.
actually his hoopak staff out with his sling in it, and he actually from his component pouch pulls this little like goopy ball or whatever, and with a flick from his finger lights it on fire and puts it in the sling of his hoopak, whips it about his head and launches it, and as it strikes behind Thaal Vod, it turns into a giant fiery conflagration.
Wally, what are you doing?
Killing it with fire! Uncle Trap Springer always said kill it with fire when all fails!
Uncle Trap Springer was an idiot! You're killing Hardcourt!
Oh, that's the guy we're supposed to save, right?
Oh my god! Wally!
I don't know!
So that's that turn.
Yeah, that's my turn.
It is Thaal Vod's turn now. Scraps. You watch, from your perspective, what you see happen, tiny mote of orange light flits like a firefly and lands, and all of a sudden, with a noise that flowers don't normally make, unfolds into this chrysanthemum of orange and red light. And you're just struck by the beauty of this kind of like, it's geometric. Like flowers are geometric. It unfolds and it follows these really specific spiral patterns. Wow, fascinating. But that is why it is extremely disorienting when you watch as the nightmare sea beast steps from the heart of the chrysanthemum.
Oh dear.
And summons up horrifying smoke and flame as he casts hallucinatory terrain. So in the 150-foot cube, that is
150-foot cube.
Basically
Everything.
Because that's
what is he casting?
Hallucinatory terrain. Oh, casting
Like
time.
we would know what that is.
Casting time is 10 minutes. No, he doesn't do that. Never mind.
He triggers that because he cast it earlier.
What he actually does is simply you watch, Chris. You watch as this the flames surround him and become a cloak, and then the chrysanthemum actually closes inwards, and when it does, he's gone. As Thaal Vod casts invisibility on himself.
Like some way to see a visibility in our group.
Yeah, right.
Like True Sight or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought one of us had that. All
A
right.
group of casters? Why would we have the correct fucking spell?
And that ends his turn.
All right, Julien, I forgot to roll on my wild magic.
Oh, yes, you did. Please do that.
All right, so I'm going to do that.
What you used a third level spell, right?
Yes.
Okay, I
Here I
remember
go.
where you're at. Okay, cool. Whoa. Give me a second.
That's not good.
2 seconds. I should just leave this open, considering how frequently it happens to you. What did you cast? You cast this for a hypnotic pattern.
Yep.
So the disco light that was inside of the plasmoid continues to like thump and bump and be like this pulsating thing, and then the plasmoid shakes it off, and the lights actually go scattering out of the plasmoid and kind of like start drifting around, and they're attracted back to you, Pix, as the lights sink back into your skin. You
Is there
suddenly
a sound to these lights? Is it like
yeah, it's boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. You feel that like familiar surge of energy as the sensation of magic re-entering your body does some shit. And now I need a D100. Cross-referencing. The lights actually adhere to your skin. They like you feel all of these rave lights come out of the plasmoid and drift through the air like pixies, and they start to settle on your skin and create these like really kind of intense, beautiful lighting effects all around you. You're like actively glittering with inner light, and your charisma is increased by 2 for a minute.
Pix, you look so good right now doing your disco light thing. You're just like,
leave
about
it.
your shoes right now.
Leave it, Scraps.
There's kind of things trying to kill us right now. How cute Pix is, not really relevant.
I didn't say cute. I just said like compelling. I don't know. Compelling.
Scraps, focus on the things trying to murder us.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Like a really good story is
That
compelling.
red circle Pix is still fire.
Can she see her? She can't see Hardcore, can she?
Not people you can't.
She runs into the fire.
Oh shit.
And sees Hardcore, and
Really?
she misty steps to Hardcore next to him.
So you take 5 damage.
Okay. And she tries to drag him out of the fire as best she can, like against the wall, if that's possible. Probably not, but
yeah, I mean, obviously 5-foot squares are not really how life works. You can pull him aside and like pat the flames out. He has been beaten to within an inch of his life and then set on fire twice. He is the half of his face that was towards the door is blistered, blackened, and scarred.
Oh no, we did two-face him.
His other eye is swollen shut from the beatings he received prior to your arrival. He's dying.
And she like grabs his hand and she looks into his like closed eyes and is just like, "Don't you desert your crew, Captain. We're here for you."
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
It is kind of sweet.
Is that your full turn Pix?
Yeah, I guess that's going to be the full turn.
You don't have the heal action?
I mean, anyone can take a medicine check to stabilize someone who's dying.
Is that
still an action?
Is so I can still? All right, so then I'll use the medicine, which she has no idea what the hell she's doing.
It's only a DC 10, so like even if you're totally got 50-50 even if
Wally, some of us didn't pay attention in.
No, this is Joshua. Wally talks like this.
Josh,
you rolled Pix rolled a 9. You don't know what to do. I mean, you did take CPR, but like
it's so boring.
Jenny Christofferson was talking to you the whole time. And anyway, are you supposed to do CPR if someone's like on fire?
I don't know.
You have no idea. That brings us around to actually take him off of the combat tracker. That brings us to Harcourt's turn, who is going to roll a death save. I'm going to take the failure, not the success, because it was the first one. I didn't mean to roll it twice. There we go. Cool. 1 fail. That's Harcourt's turn, and now we come back around to the top of the order. Salt of the Starfallen, it's your turn.
All right. Reload. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right. Once I get to these guards.
Why don't I see the Illithid on the map?
Because he's invisible.
Oh dear.
Once I get to these guards, I'm going to pull out the prince's token and I'm going to go special services to the prince. We need you to make sure that that person in that cell, and I point over to where Pix just went in, go help that guard stabilize that prisoner. The prince has special interest in him. Would you like me to make a roll, Julien?
No, they're your allies at the moment. That seems like a pretty reasonable thing. And you just showed them a token that actually kind of supports your story.
Yeah.
Is that you're doing anything else? You reloaded and you had a little conversation with them.
Yep, that's all I got.
Guard number 1 is like, all right. and starts running over that way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 can get this far. That's guard number 6. I mean guard number 2, who's well the hell away over this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Guard number 3. And guard number 4. Glad you didn't have to fight these guys.
Right? Me too. Thank you.
You would have killed a lot of their friends.
That was a good idea with the guard uniforms. Whose idea was that? Like, let's dress as guards. Let's blow through the tunnel, grab the cat. Who said that? I don't remember who that was.
Was that you, Chris?
Could have been anyone.
I'm just a raven without a face, without a name.
Thank you, Chris.
I could be anyone.
It was all Wally. Wally, definitely. It was me, guys. I came up with that plan.
Wally, your web was perfect. It's true. It
was perfect, but none of you guys used it, and I'm honestly personally offended.
Wally, I used your web.
That you guys are starting to fight this thing.
That's why I like you best.
And actually just goes ahead and attacks the plasmoid because you guys are...
Oh, no, he doesn't.
And does not.
Stormtrooper guards.
Crow, it's your turn.
I have no way to perceive whether or not I know where the Illithid went.
No, but if you stay where you are, your boots are going to catch on fire.
Yeah, I want to move down to the left 1 and target the Illithid.
You can.
And yes, I can. Why not?
Plasmoid.
Plasmoid. The plasmoid. Because that I get a sneak attack against.
Yes.
So I would like to target the plasmoid.
Would you like me to roll?
Yes, please, since you've got it. And well,
that's a hit.
That's 3d6 damage. I'll take that.
Ooh. Yeah. Again, just a sharp stab into that red orb that is at the center of it, cracking it, and it entirely just slumps into a puddle of gelatinous liquid.
So for cinematic points, Crow comes up behind the plasmoid and goes, "We've had quite enough of you," and slides his rapier through the jelly into the gem that is no longer dancing. Where is the squid? And then we will be done.
In answer to your stabbing it goes and just melts across the floor.
As one does.
As one does.
As one jelly thing does.
Like in death or like to escape?
No, in death. It died. It's very much like the noise from Gloop and Glop from that old Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Yeah, Gloop and Glop. Oh my, what a deep cut. And like the rhinoceros thing that like shot stones out of its horn.
Correct.
And like that was a weird show, man. That was a trippy show.
It was a trippy show.
I remember
moving on.
Gloop and Gleep.
And then I will take my other 15 feet of movement and move back to where I was. So I'm nowhere near that flame.
Great.
Thank you, Lindsey.
Your turn. Scraps, it is your turn.
So the guy is invisible, right?
Correct.
And
the name is, hold on a second. This fire is now out. Now that we're back at your turn.
The fire is out now?
Yeah, it has guttered down weakly until it is just kind of like simmered. There's like little licks of flame, but otherwise it is out.
As a bonus action, do you think that it would be permissible for me to throw a small object about 15 feet in front of me? I think that would be okay, don't you?
Don't do your neuro-linguistic programming bullshit on me. It depends on what you're doing. Are you making an attack or just dropping something?
No, I am not dropping. I am throwing. I'm picking up in my hands. I'm reaching into my cloak. I'm picking out a, I don't know, say a 5-pound weight. And I'm just chucking it about 15 feet in front of me. And it's attached to a rope on my belt. And I think that that's a totally okay bonus action to take.
Yeah, you do think that. I know that you think that because you've said it twice.
I don't know what the fuck he's trying to do.
I know.
My
this is like,
DM instinct is tingling to say just fuck no. If you're not going to tell me what you're doing, just like
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'll tell you what I'm doing. Throwing the weight out in front of me because I'm not trying to hit anything in particular. I'm just reaching. I'm just throwing a weight. A 5-pound, 4-pound lead. Sinker, about 10, 15 feet in front of me. And then
why does he have a 10-pound lead sinker on his belt?
He's
done a
lot of
pro person.
Okay. Chris has been doing a lot of Batman prep on the sly.
Yeah,
which
I do.
This is no, but this is not coming out of nowhere.
Out of my utility belt.
This is not coming out of nowhere. Whenever we have been doing sessions, whenever Chris has been on the boat, he's like, I tie more ropes to more weights. I'm like, all right, fucking cool. So,
and then I'm going to use the spell catapult.
Right. My inclination is to say that
that's a spell.
You are taking something out of your pocket and then casting it forward. You are essentially using an item, which is an action. Because even if this were, say, a weapon that you had drawn as a free action and then thrown, even if you don't hit anything, that's still a free action to take it out and then an action to cast it away from you. So you can pull it out of your pocket and you can throw it, but then you can't cast the spell.
Was this guy on fire when he disappeared?
He was on fire, so should there be some fire we can see?
Well, I'll tell you though, Scraps.
He did not stop dropping.
You witnessed him wreath himself in flames and then be swallowed by the flame as it permeated his being. So you're not really sure what you saw because you're on hallucinogenic mushrooms at the moment.
Oh, Josh, you're acting like Sean, trying to pull every little trick out of the book.
Rather than argue with the DM, I am going to move.
You can still throw it out and have it ready for the next turn if you want.
Yeah, but it'll take my whole action. I guess I'll do that. Sure.
Okay. Scraps, you actually watch as you pull the weight out and then you start pulling rope and you start to pull rope and you start to pull rope and you're like, it can't be endless. But when do things end? How do we know that here's the end of the rope. And then you cast it out in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do now?
So I've cast it out. I'm going to take a few steps this way till I can see Harcourt and Pix.
You see Pix cradling Harcourt's horribly burned face on her thighs, sitting underneath him, holding his head off the ground. He's still manacled to the ground, so he can't stretch out any further. And it's not just his face that it's burned; it's the entire right side of his body that is just.
And I was saying, come on, let's get out of here. We can tend to him on the ship. Come on.
All right, that's your turn. Wally the Red, what are you doing?
Oh God! All right, so there's no way for
as a bonus action. I am.
Wallace.
I didn't. Did I use a bonus action?
No, you used your free action and your action. So you still have a bonus action available.
So I'm going to ask I'm going to take my potion that I prepared for today.
Your elixir of boldness. And remind me what it does.
Extra bold. I'll just text it to you.
Okay.
More to save time than because it's a secret. I'll put it in the group chat.
That jabroni, disappeared, right?
He did.
And there's no fire or anything that is still giving away his position.
There is guttering flame. Fireball specifically says it doesn't set fire to things that are worn or carried. So
correct. But there was a pool of burning oil. Did any of that catch on him? Is there any smoke or fire that is sensible?
Make a perception roll. It's a somewhat challenging DC, but go ahead and roll. Make a perception.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. I was just we're gonna have an 11 there. I'm assuming that didn't work. You do see that at the edge of that pool of burning oil, you see that there's 2 footsteps that still have little tiny licks of flame on them that are move northward down that hallway, but that's it. Northward down away from me in the hallway.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
2 steps away from the puddle, and then that's it.
Beautiful. So riddle me this. Fuck, that might not work. You could try it though. Okay, so my rewriting of the web spell, is that something I can do again?
Like you want to just readjust the values of it?
Yeah, the same way I did previously.
Go ahead and roll Arcana again as like an on-the-fly adjustment to the formulae of the spell as you're casting it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Come on, Josh, natural 20 again. Oh, that's not bad.
Okay, so all right, other question, because I've not been watching the screen the entire time. I can only see Crow right now. Do I know where other people are? Has they crossed my field of vision?
You watched Scraps and Pix go into the room that Harcourt was in. You don't know where Salt is.
There. Okay. Boom. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, full movement down the hallway. And it is this door that Harcourt is in, or my black line does not particularly go well on this.
You
see where I just drew?
Should be
door
directly north of you.
It's the door with those two barrels right there. It's this door that Harcourt's in.
Can you just draw it there?
Yeah.
That's with Harcourt in it.
Correct.
And the footsteps are leading away from that?
Correct.
Okay, great. Awesome. All right. So right here, we're gonna I can only draw squares. All right, listen.
I know you want to do rectangles.
We determined
right?
I had like this. Yeah, I want to do rectangles. I would love rectangles. Listen, we don't need rectangles. We don't need anything because I can just tell you what's up. All right, past that door. Immediately past that door. I am coding the entire hallway as far as I can see it in a massive, viscous, sticky blanket, carpet of webbing, because that motherfucker is somewhere in that rectangle. And
That is beautiful. I love it.
And since the web is a solid thing that I'm blanketing, it should stick to him, and we should see where he is, because there'll be a part of the web that sticks up 6 feet.
That is a totally valid supposition. You guys watch as again, Wally makes that arcane gesture of like the fingers bent down and the wrists upturned, and you watch the entire hallway is flooded with his white sticky stuff. That is now coated in webs in like as though thousands of spiders suddenly completely colonized this long stretch of hallway, completely coating it from end to end. And you see nothing else.
Oh no.
No large sticky uppy portion where someone might be underneath it.
He may have teleported. We don't actually know.
I might have just wasted my turn. Okay, whatever. I'm over it.
Welcome to Action Economy.
Bye.
Every third turn I waste.
That's fair.
Thaal Vod's turn.
If he's still around.
You
definitely doesn't have a ship anymore.
Pix, you hear in your mind the voice of Thaal Vod speaking to you and saying, I will take especial pleasure in dominating the planet you call home. Think of it. All those unprotected innocents, all that land ripe for plucking. And he is going to move to a place that you can't tell where he moves, and ends his...
I'm so mad at myself right now. I didn't realize this guy could turn invisible, but I knew he was going to have some stuff, and I almost mind spiked him instead of firebolting, and I should have. Because mind spike, as long as he's on the same plane of existence for an hour, I know where he is.
Pix, it's your turn.
Pix is like screaming, like, why aren't any of you helping Harcourt? He's dying.
Point of order, I literally don't even know Harcourt.
Well, that's good because you're the one who killed him.
Even if it's just for flavor, I would like to, reach down and like touch Harcourt as though I'm, like checking for his pulse or like attending to him or something,
Reach out and touch
so that Pix
me.
doesn't feel like I've abandoned him too.
I'm
Because
gonna roll
I'm standing right there, so
Sure.
I'm
medicine.
assuming I can do that, right?
So you are repeating a skill check, so the DC is higher.
Okay.
I don't remember repeated skill checks. I don't remember how they increase.
However the DM wants to. I don't think there's actually a hard rule on that. That was something I picked up from a DM podcast and said I was using.
I like that. You're there. You're trying to stabilize him. You're not sure what to do. You're kind of just left with. I mean, you're a high school student essentially. You are doing your best to keep his airway free. He's still breathing, but you don't really know what to do with someone who's covered in second and possibly third degree burns. He's at least comfortable as you hold him.
And she looks up at Scraps. Scraps is leaning over doing the hand. And she's like, "What are you doing? Don't you know a spell or something?"
Wow, Pix. Yeah, and when it's my turn, maybe I'll cast one. All right.
She's like,
don't
"What
you
are you?"
understand the rules that govern our lives, where we can't?
Don't you understand? I have to wait 20 minutes before I can do that.
She's like, "Why doesn't anyone help?" And Captain Harcourt. She's like, "Well, I don't really like him, but you know."
You're probably one of the people who actually likes him the most.
And she hates him.
He's a douche nozzle, but he is our captain.
I mean, what has he done to all of you? He's had such nice moments that are like, you know, kind and gentle with Pix, and you really just dislike him because he's an alcoholic.
Sorry, kind and gentle with Pix?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the time that he exposed his scarred chest to her and said, "Listen, young lady, you haven't experienced pain. I have experienced pain."
Yeah.
Was it something like it was something like that, I think. Like,
Yeah.
This is like your dad being like, "This is my football scar."
Pix,
it was all fun and games until he ripped his shirt off and like insisted that you gazed upon his scarred chest. And
I don't
like,
think he did that. I think you're misremembering something. Pix, you doing anything else?
I don't remember the scene that we're discussing.
Seriously? You don't remember that?
Chris had an intense fantasy about Captain Harcourt, and is just this is his fan fiction essentially.
Pix looks up, you know, like her tears are streaming down her face. She's never encountered death like this in Keene, New Hampshire, and now she's like, this is the second person that she knows who's dying. Like first was Stuart, and now Captain Harcourt, and she just wants to hang on to some sort of normalcy. But while she looks up, tears streaming down her face, she looks through the empty doorway, kind of looking for the voice of the Illithid. And she just whispers out loud, you know, like,
you can reply back, by the way. He cast the sending spell. You can actually reply with 25 words.
And she says, "I am going to take great pleasure in fucking you up, Squid Man."
Oof.
You can reply to this message.
Do I get a read notification back?
Yeah. He puts you. He leaves you on red. He's like, text her back later. Harcourt
super
makes another death save, which he succeeds.
Yes.
Good job, Harcourt. And that brings us back to the top of the order. Salt.
20. Is are the fires out?
The fires are out, but there is a huge hallway full of webbing now, which you just walked into. No,
Did
no,
I?
you didn't. No, I mean, it starts where that red
15,
line is.
20, 25. 30.
So
Okay.
it starts beyond the door to Harcourt.
Right.
Okay.
All right. That's 30. I'll take that as 30 instead. Pass turn.
Okay. The guards are, in general, just moving towards you. Guard 3. No, I think I can just take them all at one. No, I can't.
Wow. I will take the dodge action, Julien.
You're going to take the dodge action. All right. The guards are all here, clustering around the fire. Come on. Move, please. And here they are.
Holy shit.
Guard 1 was close enough to get...
There's more now?
There was a lot of them. They just were in different parts of the prison, and you also drew them off at one point.
Oh, there's 6. There is 6.
The guard is able to come in and sees Harcourt, and he's like, I don't have any medical training. We could get him down to the we have an infirmary.
Pick says he's dying. He needs something done now, you Nimrod.
He produces a key and unlocks Harcourt's bindings, removing the restrained effect from him. Okay, that's all.
Captain, heal thyself.
All the gads there. Crow, your turn.
Don't have a heal kit, and I don't have the medicine skill. But do I? So my question is this: do I know where Harcourt is?
You have been in that hallway. I don't know if you looked in that room yet.
But I can see everybody congregating towards that room, perhaps.
Yes, you're watching people heading in that direction.
So I will use my movement and the dash action to get in that room, and I will just give it a whirl, a medicine check to try and stabilize Harcourt.
Okay. Everyone is packed in there. It's very crowded now.
Hey,
that Olithid's gonna fuck us up if he comes back. Holy shit.
Medicine plus 0. Here we go.
Plus 0, but it could be, you never know.
Hey, there's your 19.
Hey!
Sweet.
Crow, you have actually seen far more injuries and pain than Pix has. You know that you can't make this burn any better, but you do know that, like, you know, propping his head up so his throat is like, you know, at a weird kinked angle, not so great. You roll him onto his side in the recovery position where you've many times had to roll drunk sailors so that they don't aspirate on their own vomit. And he looks to be breathing a little bit easier. He is still very, very badly hurt, but he is no longer rolling death saves. He is stabilized.
I'll take that as a win.
Scraps, what do you do?
Actually, as a bonus action, I look at everybody else in the room, or at least my teammates, and hopefully the guards don't understand what I'm saying. Go, it's time to go. We need to run.
So I will cast Alter Self.
Okay.
There's a guard standing on
You
top
realize
of it.
all the guards are going to see you do that, know that you have done that, and wonder why you are doing that.
How will they know that I've done that and see that I've done it?
Because there's a guard in the room with you.
And
okay, what is he observing me doing?
You're casting a spell with verbal, somatic, and material components, which means you have to move, talk, and use a thing.
All right, wait.
Correct me. Can you hear me out here? If I'm wrong, the guard will see that I am casting a spell or something, right?
Sure.
The guard will not necessarily have any idea what that spell does or observe anything different about me because I'm a masked person, right?
It could be a heal spell. What do they know?
Doing, but
that's what I'm saying.
What are you doing?
Am I wrong about that?
It depends on what you're doing with it. What are you doing?
I'm transforming myself into the prince.
Under your mask?
That's right. It's my physical appearance, which is.
Have you ever met the prince?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys.
We all met the prince.
I'm really good at doing his voice too.
Yeah, because you are actually a mimic. You are going to cast magic in front of a guard who can currently see you. And then you're going to remove your mask and reveal that you're the prince. All right, cool. I get what you're going for. So you guys all watch as Scraps begins to do something kind of arcane. He rubs his hands underneath his mask. You watch as all of a sudden he stands taller, much taller than he normally is. And you, Scraps, have a brief paranoid thought of, does this mean that the prince will inhabit my mind with me? Where, if I'm in the prince's body, does he know what I'm thinking? Huh. All right.
Because you're high as fucking hell.
Because you're high as fuck.
Whoa. Dude.
Go ahead, Chris. So, what do you say? You dramatically remove your mask. You all see
right.
Prince Andrew of the Rock of Brawl is suddenly standing in the kind of tattered robes and cowl of your friend Scraps. The guard who is kneeling at the side of the prisoner, unlocking it, looks and goes, "Huh?
My people, thank you for your assistance today. You have done great honor to me. My handmaiden here," gesturing toward Pix, "will be escorting our guest
Handmaiden?
out of the donjon. Please follow me."
He just called me a handmaiden?
Crow just puts his hand on Pix's shoulder and go, "Roll with it. We need a way out of here. Bring the captain."
What's a handmaiden? It sounds like someone who washes clothes.
No, it actually means a guard.
Oh, yeah.
Just go with it.
Scraps, roll deception with advantage. It's a pretty low DC. You have a lot of things stacking the deck in your favor right now.
Crow says loudly, "That squid face is close. We need to go."
The guard abruptly jumps to his feet and clangs his hand over his breastplate. And goes, "Ah, my prince! I didn't know that you'd be here. This is most surprising. I'm so sorry.
This isn't safe here. Help me to get to the front gate with my private escort. Help me get to the gate with my private escort, and they will see me from there."
We're the private escort to the king, and you better believe it.
All right, Scraps, that's your turn. Wally, what are you doing?
I'm rolling with it, man. Like, Wally is basically Morty in this demented, Rick and Morty clusterfuck. So I'm just rolling with it. I don't even see Scraps anymore due to my limited ability to see stuff. But I mean, yeah, I'm gonna follow him out when he goes out.
Cool. All right. Coming back to here and here. Pix, what do you do?
Your Highness. Yeah, Mr. Prince. Can you have one of those guys get a healing potion for this for the captain for this man here?
I'll gesture to the guard who just stood to his feet. See that it is done.
All right. Thanks.
Julien, did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. All right. That's Harcourt, who is unconscious and just kind of lolling in the grasp of the guard who scoops him up into a bridal carry. Salt, you now see that your captain is being brought outside of or being prepared to bring him outside of the cell. There's still the entire blocked hallway full of webs to your north.
Perception check on the webs on the web hallway.
Mr. Prince, should we get like a reward for this? Like a big reward?
Nothing really. Okay.
That may be in order.
I'm just gonna keep. I would like to ready a attack action, specifically ranged attack on anything that comes down this hallway from the opposing side through the webs.
Got it. All right.
I am standing Overwatch.
All of the guards are going to start moving. Harcourt goes with him. All right. And all of them begin to walk this way towards the staircase.
I'll be going with them. I think we all should be.
Yeah.
I don't want them all stacked like that because it's not how they're trapped. Yeah, so put yourselves where you're going to be. The stairs are here. The guards proceed to this spot. That is when the held action goes off. Does it get picks? No, because it doesn't go through walls. You guys...
Does it hit Harcourt? Because
it certainly looks like
this is the edge of that wall.
Oh man. Yeah, does it hit Harcourt there? He's like just on the side of it.
But what is it? Is it a spell?
Doesn't say it goes through walls. I'm gonna say it doesn't hit Harcourt, but it does hit all of these jamokes.
So much for our procession.
You guys watch as a rolling kind of...
Oh my god.
Oh, well, 3 of them failed and 1 succeeded. That's not bad. I don't think it's half damage. I think it's just like... cool. So you guys watch as from the northern hallway that you're passing through, a sudden like wave, almost like a pressure wave of this indigo energy just passes over all of the guards, and they stand there for a moment, like they just kind of stop in mid-stride, and 3 of them suddenly, like a trickle of blood comes out of their nose, and they slump to the ground in a heap, instantly dead. The one remaining guard who's still standing, you watch as he puts his hands to the sides of his head, trickles of blood come out of his ears, and he shakes his head a couple of times and just like manages to shake off whatever it is that's like had affected his friends. And he turns to the rest of you. Oh, what the hell was that? It feels something screaming in my ears. And you watch as guard 4, holding his head and trying to like work his way through the pain, suddenly is jerked sideways violently. But he like grabs the wall and stops himself from moving. But you see his whole body is being pulled as though a giant hand is just dragging him along. And that is Thaal Vod's held action.
Oh boy.